Anyway, Max, you're the only one that's got anything going on. We'll start this meeting. Tell us what you got going on, Max.
Well, I can hardly wait. Friday night, we're going to walk the streets of Salem. We're going to meet at the art department, which is a store on Commercial Street right down below the parkade. So it'll be easy to find a place to park and just kind of walk around, see what we can find. In the evening, we can shoot the storefront, shoot the lighting. There'll be people out there. Some of the alleys have interesting textures or arrangements. We're just going to wander for about 2 hours and then go home. Should be fun.
Okay. I don't think we've got anything else coming up.
I've got something.
Okay, good.
I didn't know to put it on whatever webpage, so I just put it on the discussion group Facebook page a few days ago. On this Sunday at noon, I'm leading a walking flower tour of Heritage Seedlings Gardens block of Jordan Street. That's what it says on the green gate, Jordan Street. There's no building, it's just a farm field. And it started out for my Master Gardeners group, and then I added people who were in my bee collecting group, and I'm adding the photography group. If you want to come, I'm going to have the gate open between noon and 2, and you can wander around. There's many, many, many native flowers in bloom because that's where they grow them to collect seed. And there's maybe, 30 acres there on 2 levels, and you're just free to walk around and take pictures. There's a lake, there's birds, there's flowers, and then leave on your own, and then I'm going to lock the gate at 2 o'clock.
Sounds good.
Folks should also note the events that Laura Tesler has been posting on the Facebook group. She's got some really good ideas and should take advantage of those if you can.
I have an event also that I'll plug. The Bike MS is having their ride again this year out at Western Oregon University on August 6th. And they love to have photographers come and help cover that event. You donate all of your photos and then they use them for publicity or whatever. Right now, I think I'm the only photographer signed up. You do have to do a background check form, and they give you a t-shirt, that's always cool. But it does start, well, there are different shifts. I volunteered to start at 6 a.m., which was probably foolish, but anyway, it's a great bunch of people. And so if anybody's interested, you can look up Bike MS, Willamette Valley, or National MS Society also. And it's fun.
I don't know how I fell off of their mailing list. I did that event for many years.
Yeah, I thought you did.
That's how you got involved.
Yeah, that's right. I think last year, was it last year? I was the only photographer. And I just stood at the start-finish line the entire day, I think. And which I got some great shots, but it was a long day.
Yeah, what I usually did was shoot the start and then jump in the car and run out somewhere on the route. One of the routes they have, I guess they still have 3 routes.
I think so, yeah.
Differing lengths, and I'd go out there and go to 2 or 3 different places, get some shots, and then come back and catch the finish. That broke, and then go around. There's always something interesting going on there, but that's. I encourage anybody to go out and do that because that's a very rewarding event.
Yeah.
You meet some very inspirational people who are, a lot of them, that's their drive to overcome their disease and their handicaps. I don't know how to describe it all, but it's a wonderful event. I've always gotten more out of that than I've given. And I will go sign up,
Good. Very cool.
but probably not 6 a.m.
I got that covered.
That must be for the beginning of the long leg of the race.
I get to catch people waking up, crawling out of their tents.
That one route used to go all the way up to Silver Falls, I think.
They have had them. They go different places, I think. But yeah, I'll try to. I thought I had put a link on our Facebook page, but I'll try to make sure I do that. So,
well, we could make it as a meetup. That's what I did in the past.
Okay.
And also, Sean used to go through I don't know where she found it, Salem Journal and a lot of other places, and find interesting things and put them on our calendar, not necessarily as meetup events, but ideas for people to shoot. And maybe that's something we need to start doing.
That'd be a good idea. I remember that. I think I posted a few things from that. I don't remember what the website was, but.
Okay, we can do that.
All right. I'll be quiet now.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But I'm here.
I'll zip it.
I don't know. Is that microphone working for there?
Not yet.
Okay, so I got it. All right, we're caught up. Get back to whatever you were doing. My tech support's over here. We've got you guys on the TV. We just don't have us on there yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, here we go.
Well, finally, just doing what I want. Okay, let's go this way. So apparently it's copying something or doing something. Okay, yeah. Okay.
So keep going.
Yeah. And this was the only place in the area that had any hippos, and this is because it's artificially watered or an artificial lake. These guys are enjoying. We were out in the evening just before dark. We've got this picture here of these two teenage elephants. I have no idea what this name of this tree is here, but beautiful. And this is the only area that these trees exist. Okay, well, thanks a lot. We're making some. Anyway, this ghost town was where diamonds were discovered, as I'm pointing out here. They were discovered in 1908, and you're going to see the ghost town, what is left, that functioned until 1956. And this is a German-run mining enterprise. I don't know why the bathtub is sitting out there. This was interesting. This is a bowling alley, and this is the only building that's in use here, with a restaurant and a gift shop upstairs. Here I'm inside the building and walking down the hallway, so you can see how the windows are busted out and the sand is blowing in. This was a schoolhouse. Okay. No, somehow you're operating the same better than I am. There we go. That should do it. Okay. So this is a sand dune without the dead trees that you saw in the advertisement. This is something that really surprised me because I was walking back from shooting pictures in the dead lake that you saw earlier. And I went over a couple of sand dunes hiking back. And I looked off in the distance and saw this. And so I got back to the car and walked across the parking lot and then had this tree. And it's just the lines of the dunes really surprised me how beautiful this looked. I'm not an artist, but this just really struck me as very beautiful. And if you see that dark spot in the center, that is a large black antelope. I don't remember the species. So these are just some more sand dunes. And again, the lines and so forth, beautiful. Okay, come on.
Where's that national park, Tom? What country?
Namibia. These are okay. Okay. So these trees are only found in this one area. And we spent one night here. So this is interesting here. You can see here that he's got two cheetahs and he's got it enclosed in somewhere in 5 and 10 acres. And he got these at 3 days old. The mother had been shot. And the next picture will show the sheepdog that actually nursed and raised these two cheetahs. And that's our mother, surrogate mother. And those are the quivering trees. This is a poor picture here, but I wanted to show it. This is quite common. There's a lot of people from South Africa come over here and tour, and then they've got these small RVs here. And so you don't see anything like the RVs that we have in this country. Unfortunately, it was too early in the morning and they weren't open. And that was home for the night. Okay, here we're traveling down the highway. So this is interesting here. This was huge and quite a large flock of weaver birds occupying this. As soon as we approached, they just all flew off. And they're just a small bird about the size of our sparrow. Do I have a net?
Was it a nest?
Yeah, that's a nest. That's their nest. And here's another scene we just pulled off the highway. And this was interesting here. These are the mascots for this little resort that we stopped at for a potty break. And here's another scene just from the highway. So we're here where we would see primarily deer and occasionally maybe an elk if we're up in the mountains. You see all sorts of wildlife. I didn't see any predators, but in terms of different types of antelope and ostriches, there's quite a bit. There we go. This is quite interesting here. Drive off the highway up to this cemetery that's maintained by the German government. Even today, these war dead go back to the founding of the colony and through World War I. Pretty rugged looking country. This is our group here, mostly Chinese. And as I point out here, that they were born and raised in China and then came to the United States to study, get their graduate and postgraduate degrees, and they stayed. And as I mentioned here, desert makes up 35% of Namibia. This was interesting here. Went by this national park. You see these wild horses that were brought in by the Germans back, when they founded the colony through World War I. And I look at that and I'm thinking, hey, what is there for these animals to eat? Saw a lot of sheep grazing along the highway too. We spent 2 nights here. So we came in, and this particular small lake here is water that comes from a factory that do some kind of cleaning process. And this is interesting here. We're moving along at a pretty good clip, and that is a sea lion swimming right behind the stern. There he is. He jumps up on the stern. And so the crewman here, he's got a bucket of bait fish. So food is everything to these animals. And this is Lady Gaga here. And she just flew in and made herself at home. Of course, again, the crewman has a lot of bait fish to feed them. And we also had an instance where he was holding up a bait fish and a seagull flew down and grabbed it right out of his hand. This is run by Manasano. I took this picture here because you feel like you're going straight down, and it's got to be a 70, 80 degree drop. but you felt like you were going straight down. And the driver said that the first few times it scared the hell out of him, but he says you get used to it. And he took us down these steep sand dunes about 6 times, so we started getting used to it. This is quite interesting, and it was also interesting how much underground water there was in the area. Okay, so you're pushing the enter key. Okay, this is the Capitol, and we flew in here about 10 o'clock. And I'm assuming this is a Lutheran church here. This is their Independence Museum. And it was interesting going inside because they had painted some beautiful murals of the recent history. Plus they had a lot of pictures. They went through quite a civil war there. And at the time, well, let's back up. The end of World War I, through the Versailles Treaty, this was at that time German Southwest Africa. And so South Africa received the mandate to manage the colony. And so these people get up into the 80s and 90s, they wanted independence, which of course the Africans weren't willing to give them. So there was quite a civil war, which they had a lot of photos of. And I'm not sure, but I suspected Nelson Mandela, when he became president, was the one that granted them their independence. And the other interesting thing is we came back and we were going to go up to the top and photograph this sunset. Well, started up the elevator and it got stuck. And so there we were for about 45 minutes because they had to get a hold of the maintenance guy, and he was home, and then drive all the way into town to get us out of the elevator. And that steam engine is not much bigger than one of these tables here. Okay, that takes care of that. We can watch some others, but I'll tell you after our experience, I don't know if we want to go through this again. So sorry that it turned out the way it did. Okay, well, since we got this Zoom here, I'm going to need some help on how do we close this out.
You might want to repeat the questions that anybody might have.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see an awful lot of the signs of the German occupants from there?
No, we didn't. Now we're talking World War I, so we're talking 100. Yeah. Yeah, we're looking at 100 years ago. In fact, a little over 100 years ago, World War I. And there was a fair amount of fighting in this colony. I don't recall, I know there were British troops there and South African troops. So, any other questions, folks? Okay. I'm sorry?
What kind of equipment?
Okay, I had 2 cameras. I have a Canon 7D Mark II, and I was using a 18 by 400 Tamron lens, and then I have a Canon 5D Mark IV with a 150 by 600 lens.
You had long range.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, I need somebody to bail me out of this thing. I assume we got the sign in, but I don't see the sign out up here.
Okay, folks, I guess that's it.
I'd be willing to show more, but
You can come on down and have some cheese and crackers and meat. Or you can just sit home and think about us having cheese and crackers and meat, whichever way works for you.
The Walkers have cheese and crackers. The Walkers have
Oh.
cheese and crackers.
That's true.
You want us to turn the camera toward the cheese and crackers so you can watch us eat?
That's okay.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Tom.
You said you're welcome. All right, so I'm going to shut it down, guys.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks
Have
for
fun.
coming out. Sorry for the problems. Hope you feel better, John.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take care.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
How's it going, Max?
Doing real well.
Cool.
Kind of nice to have summer back, isn't it?
Within moderation.
Yeah, summer is great if you can come inside some air conditioning when you start to get too warm.
Yep.
So, John, is that your imitation of the James Webb Telescope?
Yes. Yes. I traveled far, far out into space and captured that. See my antenna on my shoulders there?
Well, sure. You know, stars are stars and galaxies are galaxies. I don't know why they have to go so darn far away to get them.
Because it's amazing.
I saw a meme recently where it showed a telescope image of the stars, real crisp and clear. And then they showed a security camera footage all buzzed out.
Yep. I took a telescope building class twice, actually. I never did finish it, but I have a 10-inch reflector telescope that I am probably about 2 weeks away from finishing the lens on, but I got away from it and never went back. And so the tube is hanging in my garage, and I have built the base for it, and it would be really cool, but I probably won't ever finish it. So there's up at the Air and Space Museum where the Spruce Goose is, there is an astronomy group up there now that the museum has agreed to give them a room. And so they offer resources and stuff for kids. And so I'm probably going to donate everything I have left to them. So if they want to finish it, they can. And which apparently they do that. So that'll be cool. And I'll get more stuff out of my garage. But the guy who taught the class years ago, I think he's since died. His name is James Dobson. And he started the San Francisco Sidewalk Astronomers Club. And they'd show up on a street corner in San Francisco, and anybody who wanted to look in the telescope could look. And he developed this easy to make telescope, you put the effort into it. And so he just traveled around the country teaching these classes. and he was quite a character. He was kicked out of a religious order because he was just a little too radical for them. But
Yeah, Copernicus had a similar problem, if I recall.
yeah, yeah. But I remember in class one day, somebody we're talking about how the progress we're making on our lenses, and somebody said, "Well, I chipped a big edge off of my lens, and is that going to be a problem?" And he said, "Well, that just joins the rest of the universe that isn't part of your telescope." I thought, that's a good answer.
That's Stephanie.
There she is.
I'm propped up in bed.
Uh-oh.
So my ankles are swollen. So I'll
Oh.
talk to you, but I'm not going to let you see me.
Well, hi, anyway.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, we don't look all that good ourselves. So
Yeah.
You can't
And
see my ankles either.
And I've been on the Zoom meetings where I've seen people fall asleep too. So.
We drove around and today and I sat in the car too long, and so my ankles all swelled up.
Mm.
We went out to Amity on our errands and stopped at Red Raven, their farm
yeah.
store. Man, is that ever good? We got some turkey pot pies and some chicken pot pies.
Yeah. Yeah, we when my daughter got married, we bought instead of a cake to serve, she got married in Arizona, but then she wanted to have a reception up in Oregon, and she didn't want to do cakes again. So we went out to Red Raven and bought pies.
Wow.
We got like 20 pies.
Oh,
And
man.
and they gave her a huge discount. But oh my God, they were incredible.
They are so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a cherry turnover in the car on the way home, you know. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. My favorite. They have one that's like Marionberry, strawberry and peach.
Wow.
I think I'm not. It's been a while since I've had it, but it was an incredible combination.
Yeah. They have, every time I go out there, they have more inventory, you know. They have salsas, they have jams, they've got, you know, my husband's family was from Alabama, so he likes okra, and he teases me that I don't like okra. And they had okra in jars, you know, they had everything.
Wow. Yeah, I haven't been up there.
Yeah.
I haven't been up there in a while.
Well, it's in Amity. It's right as you drive on the highway from the intersection when you're going through West Salem, and you can go to the coast, or you can go left to Monmouth, or you can go right to Amity. So you just drive up there, and as you drive into town on the left-hand side, there's a farm store, and it is really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's 99 West, I believe.
I think it is too.
Yeah.
So I announced it in the group, but nobody really RSVP'd me. I'm going to lead some gardening groups out at Heritage Seedlings Farms on Sunday at noon, and you can roam the farm, and there's all kinds of wildflowers that they grow for seed. You know, it'd be a really good opportunity if you wanted flowers photos. So just show up at the 100 block of Jordan Street. We're all going to drive to the back of the farm. Some people are going to collect bees. Other people are going to walk with me and look at flowers. You can take pictures, and then I'm going to lock the gate at 2, and we're going to leave. So it's from noon to 2.
That's on the 17th.
Let me see. I've got my calendar right here. I'm gonna, before I say the wrong thing, it is Yes, the 17th.
Okay. I'll need to add that. I don't know if I'll make it, but
Yeah.
I figure if I keep putting things down there, I'll manage to make one or two.
The hot weather's going to blow the flowers here pretty quick. So if people
Well,
are
yeah.
interested in native wildflowers, now's the time.
Yeah.
Stephanie, you'll want to announce that once we get the full group plugged in.
Good idea. Good idea.
I just sent Rick a message asking if they have anything going yet, because they've been popping in and popping out. So
Mm.
he hasn't responded.
Stephanie, is that on the calendar for the club?
The only thing I did was I put it on our discussion group.
Oh, okay.
I only decided to do it a few days ago,
Okay.
but I didn't put it on the calendar.
Okay.
I didn't think of it as a matter of fact.
You're certainly welcome to, Stephanie. Anyone with access can add events to that.
Well, that's kind of scary. I've never done that before. Hopefully announcing it will be good enough. And if I get brave tonight, I will try to access the calendar. I don't know. I'm not sure I even know how to do that. Just go to the website and try.
Well, yeah, you go to the website and I think you're listed as an organizer. And if you are, then click the calendar or the add event and it pretty much walks you through it.
Okay.
If I've got a lengthy description that I want to give, I will have typed that out first and then cut and paste it in. But you get to preview it before you broadcast it. So you can check any mistakes or anything you want to see differently before it's out there to all the world.
Okay. I told Rick I didn't want to be an organizer anymore because I thought Greg just asked me to do that so I could find some officer candidates. And so then I said, I'm not going to attend the organizer meetings anymore.
Oh, no, you don't need to attend anything, but if you've got something to contribute, golly, we'd like to have it.
All right. Well, now I know. Thank you for telling me that.
Hello, folks.
Howdy.
We are having some technical difficulties here. Hope to get them worked out soon. And I bought food and you guys are not here.
Now you get to eat it all.
I guess.
Oh, wow.
We got to do something to get people back in this building.
I was planning on it, but just wasn't feeling up to it tonight. So sorry about that.
I'm sorry you're not feeling up to it.
Yeah.
So anyway,